I'm Noor Fahmi and I'm in IB Physics. I will be discussing light waves and how they relate to color.
I'm Alatea, and in IB Bio HL, I'll be discussing how color blindness and photoreceptors work in the body.
My name is Kimberly Tran, and I'm in IB Sports and Exercise. I'll be discussing how color blindness affects society.
Light is both a particle and a wave, but in this portion of the video, we will be only focusing on how it behaves as a wave. Color is determined by the frequency or the number of waves per second of a light wave. The shorter the frequency, the lower on the rainbow the color. So red has the largest distance between waves and purple has the smallest. Objects have a certain color because that is the wavelength that object reflects back into the eye. For example, an apple is red because it absorbs all wavelengths except for red, and the same goes for why a pepper is green. When it comes to black and white, black is when the object absorbs all color, where white is where all wavelengths of color are reflected off.
Light waves are interpreted through light-sensitive cells called photoreceptors found in the retina of the eye. The two different kinds of photoreceptors are cones and rods. Photopigments are color-detecting molecules. Rods, which work in low light, have one photopigment, and cones, which work in daylight, have three photopigments. Each photopigment has a different sensitivity to light waves. The red cone, protan, is sensitive to long light waves. The green cone, deuteran, is sensitive to medium light waves. And the blue cone, tritan, is sensitive to short light waves. Color blindness is caused by defects in the gene containing the instructions for making photopigments found in cones. Common kinds of color blindness include red-green color blindness due to the loss or limited function of the red cone, protan, or the green cone, deuteran, photopigments. Blue-yellow color blindness caused when blue cone, tritan, photopigments are either missing or have limited function. And complete color blindness caused by either failure of two or three cone cell photopigments to work or when none of the cone cells have functional photopigments. The instructions for making photopigments found in the cones of our eye come from the X chromosome. Therefore, color blindness is inherited through the X chromosome, making it what is called an X-linked inheritance. There are two kinds of X-linked inheritances, X-linked dominant and X-linked recessive. X-linked recessive is when all X chromosomes must be defective to inherit the disease. Guys have one X chromosome, so they inherit the disease with one defective. Girls have two X chromosomes, so they need two defective ones to inherit the disease. If they have only one defective one, their other one will compensate for the loss. X-linked dominant is when it takes only one defective X chromosome for someone to be susceptible to the disease. Both guys and girls can inherit the disease with one defective X chromosome. However, guys are more severely affected since they contain only one X chromosome. Overall, genetic defects in the X chromosome lead to problems in the instructions for making photopigments, causing defective photoreceptors in the retina of the eye, leading to people being unable to detect certain colors.
So, how does this impact society? There are some disadvantages to being colorblind. For example, traffic lights can be a problem for people who are red-green colorblind. They have a higher risk of misinterpreting a lit red stoplight and a green go light. In some countries, people with colorblindness aren't allowed to get a driver's license. Another problem can be found in cooking. The inability to see if a piece of meat is ready and safe to eat is very dangerous. Sunburn. People can underestimate the degree of sunburn and misjudge when to step out of the sun. Although there are some disadvantages, colorblindness can be beneficial for in some ways. For example, the military. Snipers in the military can detect certain objects better at night. Hunting. People who are colorblind can distinguish certain camouflage animals easier than others. This is our mind map of colorblindness. Our eyes see color through reflected and absorbed light waves. We see these wavelengths through the photoreceptors in our retinas. Photoreceptors are built through genes. We see colors through the red, green, and blue cones. The X-linked chromosomes build these cones, and defects in these genes will cause colorblindness. Colorblindness affects society through traffic lights, cooking, sunburn, military, and hunting.